All right, what's new in AI episode 2? Today we're talking about Seedance. I can spend all day talking about Seedance. I want to spend all day talking about Seedance. It's such an interesting topic. So, Seedance is the biggest thing in AI filmmaking right now. First, let me break down what is Seedance. Seedance is a specific video model. It's a video generator, and it's from the same company, ByteDance, which owns TikTok. Now, why Seedance is such a big deal is because it's simply the very best. It's the very first passable video model that's passable for real quality and film quality. And there are so many updates. This model is moving so quickly that it's in the headlines all the time. Okay. All right, so let's get into this Seedance. I want to break this down. All right, so Seedance version 1, Seedance version 1.5, don't know too much about it. Didn't really make a big splash. Generally with video models, they're all at about the same level and they're all topping each other every few months. So you've got the big ones. You've got Sora at one point was the best. Then you had Google Flow. VO was the best, then Seedance, and then every few months a new model comes out which is better than the other, but they're constantly at about the same level and they're constantly rotating. But what's interesting about this year, 2026, is in April, Seedance 2.0 came out, and it had a really interesting launch. Before it even came out, there was a video that went public from using Seedance, and it was that viral clip of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fighting on a rooftop. And it looked real, 100%. It fooled everybody. The video was so good, it was worldwide news. It was all over the news, all over the internet. People thought it was real. When people found out it was AI, they couldn't believe it was AI. At that point, a lot of people from Hollywood started speaking out and saying, yeah, this is it. This is the first time where we realized how good AI is. So Seedance 2.0, when I saw that, I still was thinking, from my experience, there was a lot of models that look good from the presentation, but I got to try them for myself. So it came out actually in Asian countries first, and then finally came to the US a couple months later. So I just got my hands on it about 2 months ago, and yes, it is the best. What makes Seedance so good is that it's literally the very best at everything. Usually with these video models, there are a lot of different aspects of them. And generally, some models are better at certain things than other models. And then other models are good at those other things. So a lot of times when people need to generate videos, they have to go to different models depending on what their needs are. But with Seedance 2.0, it's interesting. It's literally like everything in one. So let me break down what that means. So generally the first, biggest, most important thing with video models is looks. How does it look? Does it look realistic? Yes, Seedance, and this is what I'm talking about being passable. When you look at it, it looks literally real. It's hard. Some of the, not all shots, but some of the shots, you can't tell that they're AI generated. They look completely real. The skin looks real. The lighting, completely real. Here's the other thing, the movement. The physics, completely real. One of the big tests for AI video where people try to strain the video generators is by having them do physics stuff like fight scenes or gymnastics or swimming. And a lot of the models, you could see that they'll break during these stress tests. But Seedance, completely holds up. One of the other criteria is acting, and this is a big one. One of the reasons AI video gets so much flack is because it looks uncanny, it looks like AI slop, it's unrealistic, it's AI acting. All of these different phrases are used to describe AI video. Basically, when you're watching an AI video, you know it's AI. But I've used Seedance 2.0 2 times. One, I used it to make a trailer for a runway contest. And if you watch my second video, the Security Guard Vampire video, I was blown away by the acting. So specifically in the video that I use, the Security Guard Vampire video, The premise of that video is a security guard goes up to a homeless guy in a van and tries to kick him out, and they're arguing for a while. And when I was prompting, I didn't use any video references, but when I was just prompting for them to argue and the security guard was upset and I gave him his lines, yeah, it was unbelievable how well the acting and the performances were. Like, I was surprised when I saw that. I was thinking, how did the AI get those performances? Like, what did they reference to get the guy to act like that? It looks completely real. It looks like an actor really performed those lines. So yeah, the look, the physics, the performance, and another big one. This is another big criteria, are Omni models. You've probably heard of that. So an Omni model is an image or video generator which allows you to bring in multiple references to use to ultimately generate this new image or video. Those are called Omni models. For example, you can bring in a photo of a guy and a photo of a different photo of a car and a different photo of a dog. And you could say, yeah, have all these three characters in one shot, have the guy driving this car with this dog in the front seat, and it will do that. So it's very impressive that it can use multiple references all in one video. And recently, Google just came out with their Omni model. And it was really exciting because they're really promoting, hey, this is Omni. Look, you can take the video, you can re-upload the video and make any specific change to the video. You can add all these different elements to the video, add all these different characters, add all these different references, audio reference. You can upload a video and then upload a song and then upload some dialogue, and the Omni model will mix them all together and output a video. But even with Google's new Omni model, it doesn't compare to Seedance. Seedance 2.0, it's interesting, it doesn't even market it as an Omni model. It's just marketed as a video generator, but it's literally the best video generator and best Omni model. And the very last criteria of a video generator is prompt adherence. And this is another huge one. In the last project I made, the Security Guard and the Vampire, I was using both Seedance and Kling, actually three, Seedance, Kling, and Google Veo 3 to generate videos. And Kling and Veo, those videos were unusable. The same exact prompt, I'd put in the same prompt in all three generators with the same starting frame, and the others just could not follow the prompt. The physics were off. I remember there was the one shot that I needed where the security guard, he's in his car and he pulls up behind the van. That's all I needed. That's all the prompt was have the security patrol car pull up behind the van and park and turn its lights off. And it just goes to show you how good Seedance is that there's just no errors. It gives you exactly what you ask for in the prompt. It just does it. It seems so simple, but the others, when you start using other models, you realize how complicated it is because Veo could not do it. Veo kept having the physics of the car mess up, drive irregularly. So overall, Seedance, yes, is just, yeah, it is the first actual model. When you watch videos from Seedance, you're like, this is actually good. It doesn't feel like AI slop. You know, if I were to show my friends and family and didn't tell them it was an AI video, they wouldn't be able to tell. These Seedance videos are popping up everywhere now. I'm seeing people put fake UFC fights, dream matches. I'm seeing the craziest special effects shots out there. I'm seeing, yeah, this is a really crazy one. People are actually making fake Amazon review videos. The way that the humans look, the models look when they're talking about these products, the way they look, the way their voices are, their movements, it's indistinguishable. So yeah, when you look in history, yeah, this is another thing I wanted to bring up. Yeah, when you look in history at some of the major milestones for AI images and video, yeah, Seedance 2.0 is going to be one of those real breakthrough points. I personally never messed with trying to make a movie because it just never worked. And only now, after using Seedance, I realized, you know what, this is possible. But now I want to talk about some of the issues though with Seedance because it's not perfect. It is possible, but it still takes a lot of work. And this is what's kind of funny about people saying AI is just the easy way out and you just type a prompt. No. If you look at that Security Guard Vampire video I made, that video is 2 minutes and that took 21 days to make, 3 weeks to make that video. It had about 30 shots in there, and it takes a long time to generate these shots. It could take up to 2 hours to generate one shot. So the errors with Seedance are some of the typical errors you're going to find with any video generator. It may not give you the performance you want. Sometimes it actually makes errors. It doesn't follow the prompt. Sometimes the quality gets lowered. Sometimes it even had a dumb error where it would actually change the camera angle. And sometimes you just don't like the performance. It will follow the prompt, but it wasn't exactly what you were looking for. So for me, my experience, I would get about 30. For every video I used, I had to generate a total of 3. 2 of them were tossed and 1 of them was kept, which for AI generation is not bad. Sometimes with other generators, you might have to generate 5 videos or 6 to get one good one. So not perfect, but really good. And if you spend time and you have time to work with it, you can get what you want. So that is Seedance 2.0. And what else is interesting about it is just how fast Seedance is moving. Not only is it the best, but it seems like it's miles ahead of anything else. It came out, I think, in February worldwide, and then it released in the US in April. In May, June, Google came out with their new model, Google Omni, not even close to VO. Anybody who comes out with any new model still won't even catch up. So that's what's interesting. Generally, when a new model comes out, it's the best. But Seedance is so far ahead that any new model that comes out still won't be as good as Seedance. It's going to take them 2 or 3 models to catch up. And what's crazy is Seedance is still ahead of the pack with their releases. It just came out in April worldwide. May, June, July. 3 months later, they released Seedance 4K. And this week, 4K just came out. And not only is it a much sharper resolution, but the actual output of the video is actually better. When you compare the same prompt with the 2 different models, the 4K actually just gives you a better result, better prompt adherence, better effects overall. So it's crazy. That should probably be called Seedance 2.1 or 2.2. Then they announced this week at a live event that Seedance 2.5 is coming out already, possibly in July. Today is June 25th. So we're looking at, in possibly 14 days, having 2.5. And I don't even know how they got to 2. There was no 2.1, 2, 3, or 4 release. So those must have been internal. So 2.5 is going to come out. And there are 4 big improvements with 2.5. They're not showing that it's a new video generator, but they're just showing some new aspects added to it. The first being, this is a really big one, you can now output 30-second videos. That's really, really big. Some people, their entire video is 30 seconds. So can you imagine just doing camera cuts, multi-shot, and just generating one video and that's your whole video? Then it's even higher quality, 4K, natively. The third feature is also really big, references. Remember we were talking about references? I think currently Seedance 2.0, you can include 10 references, which is a lot. Generally, when I make a video, I'm only uploading maybe 4 references. Maybe a character sheet for a couple of characters in there, and then maybe some audio references so that the characters have consistent voices. But that's only about 4. Seedance 2.5 is going to allow 50 reference slots. That's insane. I don't even know how you can even use that. And then the model must be so intelligent that you can upload. That's like a Royal Rumble. You can upload 30 different people and say, put them all in the ring together, have a photo of a ring, a photo of an arena. It will take all of that information and combine it into one video. That's wild. Into a 30-second video, no less. Like, this is so crazy. I think you're going to see a ton more content with 2.5 because a 30-second video is long and people are probably just going to prompt and get a really good result and just export it and run with it, and that'll be the video. And the fourth big newly added feature is the ability to edit specific regions within the video. So if you got your video and, man, I like it, but I just didn't like that one character's performance or that one thing that happened, the way that one building crumbled. You can just select that one building, reprompt to keep everything else the same, but just edit that one aspect. It'll probably have a faster generation because it's only focusing on one thing, and now just that one element is changed. So it is specific editing, and this is what we're talking about Omni models. Yeah, just realizing after talking about Seedance for 20 minutes just how good and impressive this model is. It's just next level. So yeah, this is not the last we're going to talk about Seedance. I just had a rant about what it is and where it's at right now and how good it is. And I'm sure when 2.5 comes out and we start seeing those videos, I'm going to have to make another podcast talking about it and just talk about how good that model is. All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.